everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a huge drugstore haul along with some high-end things. I have a lot to talk about and review, so this might be in 2 videos. I don't know, we'll see how long this one turns out, but I'm going to go ahead and start with what's on my face now. You guys are probably noticing my lips right away, and this is one of the new shades from Stila, the liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Amalfi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But this is what I have on my lips. I'm not gonna lie, these are really drying. You can definitely feel them on the lips. And I wouldn't use more than 1 coat of this because I noticed when I did kind of do a second coat, it did start chipping after like an hour. So I would just stick to 1 coat with these. And then another color I picked up was the shade in Bella. I will do swatches for you. These are like super neon, like in your face colors. But I mean, they're really pretty. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. One is a more pink with some purple in it, and one is more of a pink, I want to say, with a little bit of coral in it, but they're just super neon and super gorgeous. So the first shade we have is Bella, and then the next one is called Amalfi. Next up, I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and as I go, I'm going to kind of do mini reviews on the things that I have been using. But anyways, this is one of the new Wet n Wild limited edition palettes. This is the one in Boardwalk Boozing. These are limited edition, and I picked out this one because a lot of the other ones had like one side of different shades of green, and then they had another one with different shades of pink. And I like this one because you get more of a variety. I mean, you get an orange, a pink, a blue. I mean, you can obviously see the colors, but I am wearing this on my eyes now. I have the yellow on my lid, but under that, I picked up one of these new Wet n Wild Idle Eyes cream shadow pencils, and this is in the one called Chiquita Sunrise. And I mean, normally I wouldn't pick up something like this yellow, but I don't know, it was unique and it's fun. So I do have this under the yellow shade here, and then in the crease I have this really pretty like corally orange shade. I'm not going to do swatches of all these, but I will swatch out a few. These are amazing. These are the same kind of formula that are in their permanent line, you know, like Comfort Zone, and then I can't remember what the purple one is and the blue one. But anyways, these are really good. I mean, check out this fuchsia purple shade here. I mean, it's crazy pigmented. The blue, I mean, they're all just really great. So here's just a few of them. I mean, they're super pigmented, really gorgeous. I mean, you can't beat that for only $5. It's a steal. These are awesome, and it's kind of fun to have, you know, a nice variety of brights in your collection that aren't completely crap and you don't have to spend a lot of money on. So this is just awesome. And a few more things that I picked up from Wet n Wild. I picked up these 2 eyeliners. Aren't they such pretty shades? It's like canary yellow and then a really pretty baby teal. But anyways, these are called the Wet n Wild Megalast Retractable Eyeliners. These aren't the most creamy and smooth, but you know what? For only $2 or $1.99, they're not bad. And I do have this pale yellow one in my waterline now. You probably can't see it because you're kind of far away, but I mean, I can see it, and it did apply quite nicely. I did have to go over it a few times, but I mean, it's kind of a unique shade. They did have a green one and a really bright kind of fuchsia pink. I did pass on those. I think I already talked about this guy, but this is just an eyeshadow pencil, and I thought the color was just kind of fun. I probably won't get much use out of this, but why not? So next up, I'm going to be talking about foundations. I did pick up the new CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous, which I like, and then also the new Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin, which I like. Let's go ahead and talk about this one first. This one, first of all, I love how it applies, and I love the coverage. This is almost a full coverage foundation for me. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't last as long as it claims, or I wouldn't say it's super stay, and I'm not really oily right now. So if you're super oily, this is not gonna hold up on you, but with the primer, and if you set it really nicely, it does last, you know, like a long wearing foundation for me, just because I'm not oily. As far as the finish, it has kind of a natural looking powder finish. It's not super matte or flat looking. I really like this. The only thing I don't like about this is I do have to kind of powder my face after about 4 hours, just a little bit to kind of keep some of the shine down. But other than that, you know what, I really like this. And this does last a lot longer on me because like I said, I have kind of normal skin right now. Sometimes I get a little bit oily in the T-zone just because of the hot weather. But like I said, if you're oily, you probably won't like this, but I just love the coverage and how it applies. It kind of has a neutral tone to it, so it's not too pink or too yellow. There's several shades that you can pick from, and most of all, what I love about this is the coverage. I love the coverage and how it looks so natural on the skin, even though it has kind of a powdered finish. So I do really like this stuff and I will continue to use it. All right, so moving on to the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous. For my skin type, I really like this. It's safe to say that this is a longer lasting kind of a luminous, dewy finish foundation at the drugstore. I've tried a lot of other dewy foundations at the drugstore, and although I like the finish they give, they just don't last that long on me, even though I'm not that oily, and they don't have coverage like this one. So if you're looking for kind of more of a glow to your skin, I would pick up this one because it does last a lot longer than the other ones I've tried in the drugstore. I do like Maybelline's Fit Me, the dewy version, but it just doesn't hold up for me, even though I'm not oily. But this one does last a little bit longer, so I do like that. It has a beautiful kind of dewy finish, but it's not over the top where you look oily or greasy. It just has a little bit of extra glow in it, and it does, like I said, it does last a lot longer than the other ones I've tried. I love that they have a lot of shades to choose from. It goes on really nice and creamy. It blends out amazing. This one too is another medium to almost full coverage for me, so I really like these two foundations. So moving on to the matching concealer to the Better Skin. I love this concealer. This is probably in my top 5 concealers at the drugstore, and here's why. First of all, it sets to a really pretty natural finish. It does not crease or budge. I do feel like this holds up a lot better than the foundation. So if you didn't want to try the foundation because you have oily skin, I would definitely recommend trying this out because it's almost full coverage. I mean, if you have some major like, you know, blue tones going on or something like that, it might not completely cover it, but I mean, pretty darn close. This is pretty pigmented, like I said, medium to full coverage, depending on what you have to coverage and what you have to cover, and it also layers really nicely, and it just looks so nice. And it's not super matte, but it's not super dewy. It kind of just looks nice and hydrating, but with, you know, less shine, if that makes sense. All right, moving on to some products that I am wearing right now on my face that I like, but some of them I like for different purposes or not what they're meant for. First of all, I'm gonna start with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and I got the one in warm just because I felt like there was more contrast from each shade. I know they have a cool one and they're all super light. I didn't think there was gonna be that much difference, so I did pick up warm. And although I don't really care for this as a highlighter on my face because there is glitter in it, it's not super big glitter or anything, but I would say that it's more than a shimmer. But I love this for eyeshadow. It's so pretty because you get a gold, kind of a peachy color. I'll kind of zoom in a little bit, and then you got, you know, like a really cool tone, kind of taupey brown color, and then just like a nice kind of normal champagne color. So I really like how the colors are different from each other, so you can get a really nice eye look with a little bit of, you know, definition from this darker shade. And I just think it's really pretty for the eyes. And like I said, not a big fan for the face because there is that kind of chunkier shimmer, I guess I would say, but it is really pretty. So you can definitely see the different tones and shades. So this would be perfect for eyeshadow. It's really pretty brightening. So a few more things that I'm wearing on my face now. The second one is the Dream Bronze BB Cream from Maybelline. I've tried this several different ways. I've tried this mixed in with my foundation, on top of my foundation, alone. And I have to say my favorite way to apply this is to put your foundation on, set it just slightly, and then kind of take an e.l.f. Powder brush and kind of just dab a little bit on the brush and go in where you would want to bronze. Because I feel like when I do mix this in with my foundation, it cuts down on the wear time of my foundation. But if I put my foundation on first and then kind of stipple this over to where I want to get bronze, that it looks so beautiful, and it just, I don't know, it has a little bit more of an impact, because I feel like this can get somewhat lost in your foundation because it's not extremely pigmented, but you know what, it has enough pigmentation to where you can notice it over the skin. And I did get the deeper, I did get deep, didn't I? Yeah, I got medium deep, so mine's a lot darker than the other one, but I just love stippling this over my foundation. With that said, I feel the same way about the, sorry, my nose is all itchy. I feel the same way about the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, the liquid one. This is in the rose gold shade. If I mix this in with my foundation, I feel like it cuts down on the wear time of my foundation. Well, I don't feel that way, it really does. But if I kind of just use it as, you know, a normal liquid highlighter without mixing it in my foundation, I love the effect, although this isn't crazy pigmented. But if you kind of just, you know, dab a little bit where you would want to highlight kind of more in a concentrated form, this is really pretty. So I do like this for that. These are kind of expensive. I want to say this was like 12 bucks. So it is kind of expensive, but I do like it. So, I mean, what can you do? One thing from Becca I wanted to mention, this is a highlighter. I don't think it's the new one they have out, but this is the one in rose gold. And it's really pretty because it is kind of rosy, but it also has a kind of peachiness to it, or like peach undertones. It's really pretty. So it's in between like a champagne, a peach, and a rose gold. And I just swatched the Maybelline Dream Lumi beside it in rose gold. And I have to say, you guys, they are so similar. This one is the L'Oreal and this one is the Becca highlighter in rose gold. And I did kind of build them both up kind of strong. You obviously wouldn't wear this on your face as strong, but I mean, look how similar they are. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. So if you don't want to spend almost 40 bucks on this, just pick up the L'Oreal True Match in rose gold and you can't even tell. So on this side, we have the L'Oreal, and then up on this side, we have the Becca. Can you tell a difference? I mean, it's just such a subtle difference on your face, you wouldn't even be able to tell. And there's a huge price difference there, guys. So if you wanted the highlighter from Becca in rose gold, just pick up the L'Oreal True Match Lumi in rose gold, because you cannot tell a difference. And I have worn these on my cheeks at the same time, and you can't tell a freaking difference. You know what you can tell though, is what your wallet looks like after you buy this baby, because these are really expensive. They're pretty, but good Lord, they're expensive. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna stop the video here. I still have a ton more to talk about, but I don't wanna go over like that 15-minute mark, because I don't think I can go over 15 minutes. I don't know, I'll have to check with YouTube, but I'm gonna do a part 2. There's gonna be some high-end and drugstore in that one too. I have a lot of lip products coming up, some nail polishes, things like that. I mean, just a little bit of everything. Like, it's crazy because I've been gone so long. I've just been kind of saving up everything in a huge bowl to show you guys. And the good thing is I've kind of used a lot of them, so I know what I think about them already, if I like them or if I don't. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.